compilation.
Friends, today I am going to
So
explain you
the first line will be compiled,
C
executed at the time
language.
of compilation. So it is executing
Before
before the
going to
main method.
explain
So it is called
what
a
is C,
preprocessor.
let
It
me
will
introduce
execute
myself.
at compile time.
My
So it
name
is called preprocessor.
is
Who will compile the program? There is a special software. Its name is
M.C.P.SAHEB.
called compiler. Compiler. So compiler will compile your program, means convert your
My
program into machine
experience.
understandable language. So this line will give
23
direction to
years of teaching
compiler. So it is
experience.
called directive. It will give direction. So it is called
I can teach
directive.
the subjects
It was
C language
completed
very
yesterday.
well, C++
The
very
second
well,
part, it is main method.
data
What
structure
is the
very
main
well,
method?
Java very well, Python very well. These programming languages I can teach very well.
Suppose in your project you write 1 lakh lines of code. From that 1 lakh lines of code, you need to start your execution at some point. That point is called main.
PM.
So your program always start execution from main method. So it is called, it is the first executable statement.
It is about my introduction.
It is the first executable statement.
I
Your
will
program
mention the
always start from here
class.
only. So it is entry
Batch
of
start
our
date
program. Entry of
16,
our program.
12.
It is very important. So it is core. Core means very important. It is very important.
My dear
Somebody write 2 more main functions, but it's not possible. So you can write only one main method. So it cannot be duplicated. It cannot be duplicated. Duplicate main methods you cannot write.
It is about my introduction.
You have to write at least one
now
main method
to explain you
in every program.
About the history of C language.
At least one main method in every program. So we need to write the solution to the
programming languages are
you are going to define the body. It is called body. It is the main method.
One is
you are
low
going
level
to define.
languages.
You means user.
One is high
so
level
it is called user defined function.
Low level languages. Second one is
it is
high level language.
A user defined.
Low level languages
function.
means the languages those can be
user defined
directly understood by
you can write main function in 6 models.
Means
it has
machine understandable languages. Machine understandable languages are called as.
You can write like main. It also works. Or you can write
low level
integer main also. It also works. You can write void main
languages
also.
Are nothing
it also works. No
machine
problem.
cannot understand high level language directly.
Main of void. It also works.
We can user can
integer
understand
main of void. It also
very
works.
easily. So it is called
void main of
high
void.
level
It also works.
In this,
we can use any
simple English words,
any model
for writing the programs,
right? 6 models.
So these are very easy than low level languages.
No
in low level languages, we have only
called
zeros and ones.
method.
That's it. We have only 2 digits. Using these 2 digits, we can
Friends,
build a language that is called low level language.
Friends, we have 5 free
hard
demo
to
classes.
understand, hard to learn,
After
hard to remember
completion of
also.
free demo classes, I will create
That's
a
why
WhatsApp
high level
group.
languages are came into the picture.
Through this WhatsApp group, you can. I will
High
send
level
this material
languages
to you.
uses
No problem.
the
Every
simple
day,
English words.
you need not to know down.
All we know English
Up
very
to
well.
5 free demo
That's
classes.
why high level languages are
know
very
down.
easy to understand, easy to remember. One of the popular high level
Please
programming
note down,
language that is called BCPL. The meaning of BCPL means basic combined programming language. Basic combined programming language was developed by Martin Richard. It is a very popular high level programming language, BCPL. It was developed by Martin Richard. At the time of using this, we have one operating system that is called DOS. Now we have Windows, now we have Unix, we have Linux, we have Android. So many operating systems we have today. But at the time of BCPL, we have only
one programming language that is called BCPL. It is called BCPL. DOS is actually called as a single user operating system. Single user operating system. What is the meaning of single user operating system, my dear friends? Means it can support to only one person. Only one person can use this operating system at a time. Multiple persons cannot use. Nowadays we have Windows operating systems. Windows operating systems can be used by multiple users at same time. But at that time we have DOS only. It is single user operating system. Martin Richard, and there is one more person who is in the team of development. His name is Ken Thompson. Ken Thompson. He wanted to build a new operating system which can support multiple users at a time. So they want to develop a multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system. For that, he tried to develop a multi-user operating system using BCPL. But BCPL doesn't have that capacity to build a multi-user operating system. Then they developed a new programming language. It is called B. The first letter of BCPL, it is called B. So from BCPL, language B was developed. BCPL led to B. It was developed by. Okay, good. If it is completed, now I will go to the next one. Ken Thompson. Ken Thompson. Why he developed B programming language? The last part is because he developed B programming language to develop a multi-user operating system. By using B, they successfully developed one multi-user operating system. Actually, it is the solution and named it as Multics. For Multics every problem, we will have the first multi-user operating system. That solution is called as processing. It was developed by using the programming language. Solution B. Means we need to write the solution in the form of. Here actually we statements. Have BCPL and B. So it is a. These two are called typeless programming languages. Related statements. BCPL and B are called. What these statements tells us? Typeless. Those that describe programming means explain. Those that describes. What is the meaning of typeless? Typeless means first one. There are no data types. There are no solve a problem. Data types. No data types. What is the meaning of data type first? When to data types means there are so many types in data. Suppose when you go to solve the problem? When can you solve the problem? Pepsi, Coca-Cola. What we have to do to solve the Mirinda. What are these? These are three statements explained. In the same manner, we have some types in data. Those are called data type statements. It is simply called programming languages that doesn't support data. Those that describe. So these two are called typeless programming languages. In order means what is the meaning of this? Means in order to solve a problem. These, if you want to solve a problem, support. You have to write code. Data that type. Code should explain three things. Then what there is a person. His name is called Dennis Ritchie. When to do. Dennis how Ritchie. To do. Right. So this is about the processing. Dennis Ritchie. He developed a new programming language and introduced data types and named it as the second letter of BCPL, C. So from B language, C language was developed. Who is the developer of C? It was developed by Dennis Ritchie. Thank you, Durga, for your response. In the year of 1972. At laboratory, its name is AT&T Laboratory. AT&T Bell Laboratory. On a computer which is having Unix operating system or Unix machine. Actually, C is called a typed programming language. C is called typed programming language. BCPL and B are called typeless. It is a typed. What is the meaning of typed? Means it supports data types. Means it supports data types. It supports data types. It is about the history of C programming language. Next, what is C?
Okay, right.
Actually,
Now
C
the
is a
next
type
topic I am
programming
going to
language.
explain
Means
you.
what is the meaning of typed?
What is the data types?
It supports data types. C is a
The
typed
data types I
programming
will
language.
explain you using a table.
C is a middle level
Whenever
programming language.
you want
What
to
the
write a
meaning of
program,
middle level
in that
means?
you have to type something.
In C language, you
Suppose
can
I want
write
to
the
type
program
apple.
by using only zeros and ones also,
I want to type mango.
or by using simple English words also.
All
So
these are
it
nothing
can
but a
support
group of alphabets.
low level language features and
Alphabets
high
are
level
nothing
language
but
features.
A,
Both it can support.
B,
So it is called middle level programming language.
C, D, and so on. These
C
are
is
called
a
alphabets.
case sensitive.
These alphabets are called
programming language. Case sensitive
characters
means in C language, small a
while writing you have to write char only.
and capital A both are
It is
different.
called serial number.
Both are not same. While calling it is also
called
a.
data type.
It is also a, but both are not same.
Here I am going to explain you
identify the
what is the
case.
size of each one.
Whether it is lower case or upper
Size.
case, we can identify easily. So
It is example.
log case, upper case or lower case letters are treated differently.
Suppose I want to write
so
a number.
It is called case
12,
sensitive programming language.
125, 365. All these are called
structured
numbers. 0, 1, 2,
structured
3,
programming
and
language.
so on.
Means
These are called integers.
in C language.
But we need to write just
we can divide a big program into small parts. Suppose I take
between
a grape.
0 and 1 we have so many numbers.
Grape,
0.
we need
1,
not to cut. It can directly have it.
0.11.
But to eat watermelon, we need a knife.
110.
We need to cut it into pieces.
A number which is having decimal point. Those numbers are called float.
Same manner. If the program is so small,
it is called float.
We need not to cut into pieces.
The same numbers we can call it as double also.
It is unable to handle.
Fourth
so we need to cut down into small pieces.
Now
so
you will get
called
some
structured
confusion.
programming
Sir, what is
language.
float? What is double? You mentioned 0.1. It is float. Now you are saying 0.1. The same it is double. Is it actually float or double?
What's the
developer? Small difference I will give you. How to identify float and double.
Dennis Ritchie.
Float result equal to 100 by 3.
It is about the.
What is the result of 100 by 3?
C programming
it is equal to 33.333 and so
My
on you will get. Same double R equal to 100 by 3.
5 free demo classes.
100 by 3 means same answer. 33.333
After completion
and so
of
on.
free demo classes.
But when you mention float,
send this material to you.
It will maintain 6 precisions.
For you, I will
Precisions
create a
means
WhatsApp group.
the digits after dot.
Using that WhatsApp group,
Those are called precisions.
we can create.
It will have only 6
we can send this
precisions.
material every day to you.
Whereas double,
Until that,
it will maintain
you
the
need to
10
note it down.
precisions.
Friends,
If you want more than 6 precisions, more than 6 precisions, then you go for double. If you want below 6 precisions, you go for float. That is the difference. So here note, float maintains 6 precisions, whereas double maintains 10 precisions. Example. Now got the difference? What is float and double? Now character, both are having the decimal point. The character, size of the character, when you stored a alphabet in computer memory, it will occupy 1 byte of memory. 1 byte of memory. Byte means it is the unit of measurement. When you use float, int, it will take 4 bytes of memory. Float also occupies 8 bytes of memory. 4 bytes of memory. Double 8 bytes. Like that, it will take the memory. It is about the data types. Now come to the point. What is a data type? Actually, data type is a keyword. Keyword means these are the names already defined in computer. Some names already defined in computer, those are called keywords. These are called keywords. These are used to describe. Describe means explain. Type of data. What type of data you are using? Character type of data, integer type of data, float type of data, double type of data. That type we can write by using, we can describe by using data type. In C language, we have 4 types of data types. It supports 4 types of data types: char, int, float, double, like that. So, friends, note this. Friends, can I scroll down?
Yes, sir.
Friends, there is one part of it is CJPOP language. P means procedure oriented programming. C is a procedure oriented programming language. What is the meaning of procedure oriented programming language? Means it give more priority to procedure. It won't give priority to object. Basically, there are two type programming languages, POP and OOP. OOP is programming language. POP means procedure oriented programming language. C++ is the first object oriented programming language. After C++, whatever the language we developed, those all are OOP only. Before C++, we have POP language. We give more priority to procedure. In C++, Java, we give more priority to objects. Object means elements. So it's a procedure-oriented programming language. Note on the last point also. Okay, right. After completion of writing,
Friends, next topic
a
is
message or try to speak out using
variables. What is a variable? I will explain the concept in paintbrush. In computer, the data can be stored in memory.
Okay, Swati, thank you. Now the next point is how to write a sample.
In general, we can save the money in bank like that.
How to write
it is called memory.
Sample C program. Whenever you want to write a program, first line, you need to write like this: hash include.
In bank also, we need to create an account.
stdio.h.
In that account, we can store the data.
We need to write main method.
Suppose
main.
5 customers are there. Then how many accounts will be there?
These two curly brackets,
5 accounts
you need to write the solution.
In the same manner, if you want to store 3 values, you need to create 3 variables, means 3 containers.
Processing statements.
So, variable is a container.
It is about the
it is used to store the data.
Here, first point is called as
it is the
include statement.
Container.
It is called.
What is the use of this?
Include statement.
It is used to store the data. It is used to
the total. This one is
called
as.
If you want to store the data, you have to
main
create
method.
So I want to store
main method.
The roll number 501.
The code you write in between two curly brackets. It is called processing statement.
The average marks 98.5 like that.
In any C program, you will have.
So the 501 I am storing here. Srija I am storing here.
Any C program.
98.5 I am storing here. What is 501? 501 is nothing but roll number. What is Srija? Srija is nothing but student name.
Of statements.
98.5 it is nothing but average marks.
One is.
So every variable must have a name
statement
to identify, to use,
main method,
to access. It should have a name.
One is
so every variable must be identified by a name. It must be identified.
It is about the
by a name.
Structure of the sample.
In one variable, we can store only one value. Suppose you have 4 values, then you need to create 4 containers, means 4 variables. So it can store only one value. It can store only one value.
My dear friends, note on this.
Why it is called variable means it allows to change its value. Change it. It means Samjit Singh, you asked what is varchar? No. In C language, we don't have varchar, right? It is there in DBMS. SQL, you can hear that word. So here we can understand only char, int, float, double. We are going to deal only with 4 types of data: character, or integer, or float, or double. That's it. It can allow to change its value. Change is nothing but variation. It allow to change its value. It allow to vary its value. It allow to vary. Vary means variation, means modification. Vary or modify its value. So it is called variable. It is called variables. It creates inside the memory. It creates inside the memory. It is about the variables. How to create variables? Create a variable. It is also called as declaration of variable. How to create a variable? We already see the diagram. Here I created 3 variables. Here what are the variables I created? Here I created one variable, its name is roll number. Here I created one more variable, it is called C name. Here we created one more variable, its name is called as average marks. In roll number, you are storing 501. What is the type of data? 501. It is a number, so we need to mention integer. Whenever you mention integer, what is the size of integer? Size 4 bytes. It will have 4 bytes memory to this variable. Student name, it contains